such big machinery are quite common on construction sites. But what exactly do they do? Groundbreaking, a term that will be demystifying right here on The Realtor with me, Karanja Daniel. Later on, we get to see a complete house once the groundbreaking is done. You don't want to miss this. Well, today, as you can see, we are at a groundbreaking ceremony whereby we get to find out what exactly happens and who are the professionals involved in this process. Well, on the show, we have our guest who will take this moment to introduce himself. Welcome to the show. Kindly introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you. My name is Joe Nyaga from Pacific Reality. I'm a project manager and an architect.
All right. Tell us, what does a project manager / architect actually do?
Okay, an architect deals with the design process. With the design process is the architectural design. Then on the project management, we do manage the project from the day of the groundbreaking up to the handover.
All right. Speaking of groundbreaking, we are at a site whereby this process is actually happening. Can you kindly define for us what is groundbreaking?
Okay, groundbreaking is a day where we meet with the client on the ground and excavate the topsoil, which it is the less denser. On some areas, we'll find the black cotton.
Yes.
So we'll come and excavate the black cotton. In some areas, we'll find the red soil. We will move only the topsoil.
All right.
Yes.
Why is removal of this particular topsoil or the clay soil into particular areas so important in the process of constructing a house?
Okay, in the construction of a house, you need a high dense soil. So the black cotton on the topsoil, it's considered as a low dense soil.
All right.
Yes.
In terms of the process, does groundbreaking take a long time, a couple of days maybe, or a single day maybe?
Not really. For groundbreaking, it takes a 1 day thing, but it will depend by how big the project is.
All right.
Yes.
Let's define it more. We are at the site, or rather the land whereby a client has, and we have arrived. What's the process like?
Okay, on the first day, the groundbreaking is the first thing, is the first process of the construction, where we excavate. Then the next process, we do the setting out of the foundation. Then after the setting out, we build the foundation stones. Then after the foundation stone, we do the slabbing of the ground floor. After the ground floor, we do the setting out of the ground floor plan. After setting out the ground floor plan, we get the dimension of every space. We do the walling, then the roofing. After the roofing, we go to the finishes. Then after finishes, the project
is complete.
Yeah.
And all that's part of the work of a project manager.
Project manager.
Well, the machinery behind us seems scary, or rather complex for most people who are doing their groundbreaking. Is it necessary to have such in all projects, or does it vary from one project to the other?
Okay, a machine like this is simply needed to make the work easier. So we need this machine for the construction process.
It reduces labor.
It reduces labor and the time. It is less time consuming than using the manual.
Using manual labor.
Yes.
Is it also expensive to use such machinery?
It is expensive, but you don't have any other way to follow.
All right.
Yeah.
So most people would not, most new homeowners or new home builders would not understand the importance of excavating the topsoil or doing the groundbreaking. Is it necessary for all parties to be there to experience this particular procedure?
Yes. Okay, by removing the topsoil, it makes the house stable, and it's needed so that it can reduce the cracks maybe in the walls or the slab.
All right.
Yeah.
What will be the major repercussions of not doing the groundbreaking?
The excavation. If
Yes.
you don't excavate the topsoil, eventually after you construct the entire house, you'll get some cracks on the slab, or there come some cracks on the walling.
All right. So it increases a level of stability or strength of the house.
Yes.
All right. Do most groundbreaking activities that include excavation have to be major deep excavations, or it depends from one area to another?
Okay, it depends by how dense the soil is. If the soil is less dense, so you have to remove the less dense soil up to get either the maram, which is high dense, or the underground stone. Yes.
Is it something that is tedious? Is it something that requires a professional like yourself?
It requires a professional. Yes.
What are the advantages of using a professional in this case?
Okay, advantage of using a professional understands by the levels and the layers of soil. There's an area from the top is less dense up to let's go counting up to the lower, to the higher.
All right.
soil.
I think it's something we studied in our geography, the levels of the soil.
Yes.
So the deeper you go,
deeper you go,
the higher the density?
Yeah, the higher the density.
All right. And houses require a deeper density.
A higher density.
All right. So that's the requirement to have an expert of your case to identify the level the house should be on.
Yes, yes.
What happens if the ground is too deep? Do we need to raise the foundation higher?
Okay, if the soil density, if the black cotton is so deep, so we have to excavate only the column up to the deeper soil density. Then we'll suspend a beam. After suspending a beam, we will continue doing the foundation of the columns. Then we'll do the slabbing. Then we continue the process.
Kindly explain to us, what is a suspended foundation? It's quite a strange terminology or a different one from what our clients are used to.
Okay, a suspended foundation, we do suspend a beam. Why do we suspend a beam? We suspend a beam to reduce the excavation cost and the backfilling cost.
Okay.
Suspending a beam, we will first excavate the column bases up to the deeper level of the soil.
Yes. The one with the higher density.
The one with the higher density. After that, after we get to a certain level, we'll suspend a beam. After suspending a beam, now we'll backfill the remaining area up to the ground floor level.
All right.
Yes.
What are the advantages of this?
The advantages of this, first, you reduce the costing of the excavation and the costing of the backfilling.
All right. So it's an advantage, especially where we have such type of soil, the clay cotton soil.
Yes.
All right. What would be your advice to new homeowners or people who would want to put up their own homes in regards to groundbreaking and excavation process?
Okay, in terms of construction, if anyone wants to construct a house, this is a process that needs time. I would advise you to engage a professional so that he can take you through the process. The process is quite big, but you can maneuver it and you can finish the project well if you involve a professional.
All right. So a professional is needed, expertise is needed to ensure that your house starts off on the right foot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk about the cost implication when it comes to use such machinery. Do you guys have the machinery yourself, or do you hire the machinery in order to do such a process for your clients?
Okay, we don't have the machineries. We do hire according to the place where we are going. We go first before the construction, we go on the ground for a site brief where we do the site analysis,
Yes.
the material location, the machinery location.
Uh-huh.
Then we identify the suppliers there. Now these guys is the one who provide the machineries.
All right. So when you are at the site, you have to know where your materials come from, ranging from cement to steel bars to foundation stones.
Yes.
All right, which is quite efficient, which means you incur less transport costs bringing them to the site.
Yeah.
Is this something you do for all your clients?
Yeah, we do everything for our clients. We do the material coverage, we do the labor, everything. The client is usually just for finance.
All right. Is this expensive? I think that's the major question for some of our viewers using such machinery to ensure efficient work on the ground.
Yeah, it is quite expensive, but it will depend by how big the project is.
All right.
Yes, the costing is valid per time.
The costing is valid per time, which means you can, per hour, which means you can cater for a few hours and not the whole day.
Yes.
Well, that's quite advantageous to most of the clients or most of the homeowners. Well, we want to go and see some of the places where they have put up bungalows or mansionettes and get to see how exactly they come up with such buildings. We take a short break, but we'll be right back.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories. As the country gears up for possible BBI referendum and 2022 general elections,
as the salvos enter too familiar territory,
William Ruto will serve his 5 years term as the deputy president.
Pundits Night is here to give you powerful, thought-provoking political commentaries.
The mountain can produce a country.
give Moses Kuria a chance to respond. Let me ask you this. Are you not taking advantage of first my situation?
You talk about the people with the ultimate power.
Kikuyus will vote
for somebody from outside their community to be the next president of this country.
The home of untold stories.
Welcome to one of our projects.
Okay.
Yes. Joska.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Quite a spacious space right here.
Big one.
Uh-huh. All right. This is the driveway.
This is the driveway, the parking, and the carport over there.
Okay. Quite some good work here.
It is ongoing.
It is ongoing, yeah, I can see some work. So tell me more about this project.
Okay, it is a 4-bedroom house, a maisonette.
Uh-huh.
On the ground floor, we have a spacious lounge with the dining and the open kitchen. Then we have a carport. Then we have another bedroom over here. It is en suite. Then we have a common toilet under the stairs. A common toilet under the stairs. It helps on the creation of the spaces, creating of the waste spaces.
Okay.
Then we have an enclosed laundry, that on the ground floor. Then on the first floor, we have an office and a master bedroom, which is en suite. Then on the bathroom of the master bedroom, we have a shower cubicle and a bathtub.
All right.
Yes, then we have another 2 bedrooms, which share a common toilet
All right.
and an office.
Before we get into the details of the house itself, let's talk about the space where we are in. What's the size of this particular piece of land and maybe the square meters of the house?
Okay, on this piece of land, it is 100 by 100.
Yes.
Those are 2/8. But the construction, it is under 1/8.
Yeah, we can see it's strictly on one side. Maybe the other side can be a garden or even some small farm.
Yes. The house, it sits on 200 square meters.
Yes.
It is semi-executive finishes.
Uh-huh. How long would such a setup take?
Okay, as for now,
Yes.
this project has took 5 months.
Yes.
In the next month, we'll hand over the house.
All right.
Yes.
What's the cost implication of such a unit? What's the range that we are talking of that
Okay,
clients have to incur? Yes.
At Pacific, we do cost by how big the house is
Yes.
and the finishes the client chooses. But finishes, we have 3 kind of finishes: the standard finishes, the semi-executive finishes, and the executive finishes.
All right.
This house is a semi-executive finishes. For semi-executive finishes, we charge 30,000 per square meter. For standard finishes, which is the lower end,
Yes.
we charge 20,000 per square meters. Then on the higher end, we have the executive finishes, which is 30,000 per square meter. As per our project today, it is a semi-executive finishes with 200 square meters. So you'll take 200 square meters times 30,000 per square meter. Then you
Alright.
get the total construction of this house.
All right. Maybe you can break it down for our viewers what you mean by a standard, semi, and executive finishes. Maybe for them to understand it a little better.
For standard house, on the roof, we do the box profile.
Yes.
Then on the finishes, for the floor finishes, we do basic tiles, which are 300 by 300.
Yes.
Then on the ceiling, we do just plain gypsum. Then for the semi-executive, on the roof, we do the versatile. This kind of roof is the versatile one.
All right.
Then on the floor finish, we have 3 spaces: the master bedroom, the lounge, and the dining. We
Yes.
do the executive finishes when we consider the semi-executive.
All
So
right.
on the lounge, the dining, and the master bedroom, we do the executive finishes for the tiles, which are the 40 by 40 size. But we use the Surge ceramic tile for the delivery of the tiles. Then on the other spaces, we'll use the basic tiles, which are 300 by 300.
Yes.
Which we get them from the Typhoid company.
All right.
Then on the
Executive,
gypsum
yes.
ceiling, we use the executive gypsum, which is the decorative gypsum. For the lounge, we use the decorative gypsum. For the dining, decorative gypsum. Then the master bedroom, we use the decorative gypsum. Then on the other spaces, we'll use the just normal ceiling, which
Yes.
is plain gypsum.
Gypsum.
Yes.
All right.
When you consider the executive finishes,
Yes, which is now the high end.
the higher end, every space you'll get the executive finishes. So on the dining, the master bedroom, any space on the particular project,
Yes.
on the ceiling, you'll get decorative
Gypsum, yes.
Yes. Then on the floor, in every space, even the entry porch, you'll get the executive tiles, which are 600 by 600.
Yes.
Or even you can get the longer tiles, which looks like a wooden one.
Ah, we have seen those. They are quite long, and
longer one,
you get the impression you're on wooden floor.
Yeah.
All right.
Then on the exterior view, if you choose the executive one, you'll get the plaster all over the house, the executive one.
Yes.
Then for the same executive, you'll get the plaster and paint on the first floor. Then on the ground floor, you'll get the key.
Yes.
If you choose the standard one, the entire exterior will be key. The key is this one.
The lines that are made on in between the layers of bricks.
Yes.
All right. From your experience, which one is the most favorite with clients within Nairobi or within Kenya?
Okay, most of the clients prefer doing the semi-executive finishes, which is the mixture of standard and the executive.
All right.
Yes.
All right. That's quite interesting. And we have mentioned that you do the house itself. What about the space outside the house? For example, this driveway that we see, is it part of the package?
Okay, during the package, considering the finishes, the package is for the house construction.
All right.
After that, we'll give you another quotation for the exterior.
All right.
If you want to construct the perimeter wall, we'll give you a package for the perimeter wall and the landscape of the particular project. For the perimeter wall, it costs 750 for an aid. If you take, if it is 100 by 100, it will cost you about 1.3.
All right.
Then we'll give you a landscape like this, though this one is not complete.
Yes.
We'll give you a driveway. Then on the driveway, we'll use the fine dust, yes, to create the view of the exterior.
All right. Let's talk about value additions. Whenever you put up a house, you need something like a septic tanks or something to do with the drainage or wastewater. Is that part of the house, or those are also considered additions if you want them to be done?
On our construction package, we offer a biodigester,
Yes.
which works like a septic tank. No biodigester is more recommended to many people because
Yes.
the biodigester, the maintenance cost of the biodigester is low.
Yes.
Even the construction budget of the biodigester is lower than the septic tank.
So this comes as part of the package of
Yeah, it
doing the
comes
house.
with the package.
All right.
Yes.
That's quite informative and quite efficient for the clients to have that, as waste is quite a big problem when people get into the house. I think you've described to us the house in general when we are outside, so I think it's time you showed us the inside to see the exact works that have been happening.
Yeah.
Can we go in?
Welcome.
All right. All right, Joe, so we're now inside this particular mansionette, and I'm really impressed. Kindly, let's start out with the layout and begin from the sitting area, or the lounge, if we might call it that.
Okay, this is a special. On the floor finish, we have the tiles which are 40 by 40.
Yes.
If you look keenly,
Yes.
it's like a wooden.
Yeah, it does give the impression that it is wood.
Yeah, but in material it is ceramic.
All right.
Yes. All of them you have got them from the Search Ceramic company. Then on the gypsum, we have a decorative gypsum. This design is the client privilege. So if you want yours, you can give us a design and we implement it on the ground.
If I have a pattern which is implementable, we can do it.
Yes.
I can suggest it to you and you put it on my ceiling.
Yes, even we can give you a TV wall unit. Yeah.
All right. Tell us about the windows and the doors in this particular space.
The doors, we do the mixed steel doors, which has the big cage, the metal one.
Yes.
Then on the windows, we do the mixed steel windows, which have the window grills. Even the window grills, the client is the one to choose the shade of the windows. If you want the one-way,
Yes.
the one-way grey, one-way green, or the tint windows,
Yes.
the client to choose.
And you will implement it.
Yes.
All right. So from the kitchen, we move to the dining area.
Yes.
Tell us about this space.
The dining area, this house is a semi-executive.
Yes.
So on the lounge and the dining,
Yes.
we do the executive tiling. These tiles in the lounge is the same tiles on the
Dining area.
dining, which are 40 by 40.
Yes.
Even for the ceiling, we'll do the executive decorative
Gypsum. All right.
Our dining, it is open to the kitchen.
All right.
Our kitchen, we have the lower cabinets and the upper cabinets. Then we use the MDF. The MDF, there are varieties of colors.
Yes.
There's different colors.
And shades, yes.
They want to choose.
All right.
Yes.
I like the way you're giving the client some sort of preference or rather options in choosing the sort of finishing they want inside the house.
Yes. Then on the worktop of the kitchen, we use the granite.
Yes.
Okay, this is ongoing. Now we have not put in the worktop.
Yes.
Now we do the worktop according to what client will choose.
All right.
Yes.
Very interesting. And I can see there is some sort of storage area. Yes, a pantry.
It's called a pantry or a store.
Uh-huh.
On the store, we have even some shelves where you can put some things,
Yes.
some storage.
All right.
And it is spacious one. Yes. Then
So if I have a sack of potatoes, I can put it in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably some maize.
Yes.
All right.
Then we have
And-
an exit.
Yes.
To the kitchen.
Yes.
Yes.
Which leads to the back.
To the backyard.
All right.
Yes.
What do you expect in the backyard before we even go out?
Backyard, we expect the cloth frames.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. From this particular area, I can see there is a room behind us. Kindly tell us about that space.
Okay, from the dining is a corridor which heads to the stairs.
Yes.
And under the stairs, we have a common toilet.
Yes.
Which will be used by the guests in the lounge.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Then we have another room called the guest bedroom.
Yes.
Guest bedroom is en-suite.
All right.
It has a bathroom inside and a toilet inside. Then we have another space called the laundry. The laundry in this project is an enclosed laundry. A spacious one.
Was it by the client's preference or?
Yes.
All right. So they can do their washing inside. Does it have an exit?
It has an exit to the backyard.
All right. Very interesting. So we're done with the ground floor. Let's go up the stairs.
After you go up to the stairs,
Yes.
you get the first two bedrooms, which share a common toilet.
All right.
Which that common toilet has the bathroom inside and the toilet inside.
Alright.
Then after that, you get another space. That space you can use it for an office,
Yes.
a study room, or any resting area.
Like a smaller sitting area
Absolutely.
for the upstairs. Maybe for the two bedrooms that are there, can we say they can be generally for your siblings or your children rather of the family?
Yes, the bedrooms are so spacious. You can put two beds.
Yes.
And 4x4, two beds can fit in those rooms.
All right, that's quite spacious.
Yes.
So there's two bedrooms. There's a common area which can be a study, a small library, a small office, or even a lounge.
Yes.
Which I think you can even put a TV there if you want it to be a lounge. All right. What else do we have up there?
Then we have a master bedroom. A master bedroom is more spacious than the other two bedrooms.
Yes.
It has a balcony
Uh-huh.
and an en-suite. The en-suite has a bathroom, a shower cubicle, and a bathtub.
All right.
Yes.
Sounds quite comfortable.
Very spacious.
And of course, by default, this is for the owners of the house.
Yes.
So to make them more comfortable.
Yes.
Why the balcony in the main bedroom?
Okay, it was according to the client privilege. You can get another client who wants more balconies for the other two bedrooms.
All right.
Yes, then for the finishes of the top bedrooms,
Yes.
the two bedrooms you use the standard finishes.
Yes.
Which was the same executive. On the tiles you use the standard tiles.
Yes.
30 by 30, the small tiles. But the client is the one to choose the color, the texture of the tiles.
All
Then on
right.
the ceiling we use the gypsum, but a plain gypsum. Then the color of the gypsum, the color of the exterior wall is the client to choose.
All right.
Then if we go to the master bedroom, it will have the decorative gypsum
Yes.
on the ceiling. The decorative gypsum is the client to choose the design that you want.
The pattern.
The pattern.
All
Yes.
right.
Then on the floor we use the executive finishes on the master bedroom,
Yes.
which are 40 by 40. The tile, the texture, the
Yes.
coding is the client to choose the design that you want and the color.
All right. Once again, quite open to the client to choose the type of finishes they want since it's their house. That's a good thing. Let's talk about the roofing of the house. I think that's what we haven't touched on.
Okay, on the roofing, first we get the design of the roofing by the architectural drawing. After getting the design of the roof, the material used on the roof, we use the same executive, we use the versatile roof. The versatile roof has many patterns.
Yes.
The client is the one to choose the pattern of the versatile. The color of the roof is the client to choose.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Well, this has been quite marvelous. We appreciate the work that you've done there, and I think you're doing very well. We appreciate the time that you have given us. Thank you so much. And before we wind up, as we walk towards, so tell us why customers would be wanting to consider this particular design of the house, and maybe also where we are, why this is a favorite among the people who are your customers?
Considering a mansionette takes a very little space.
Yes.
If you have a small piece of land. Then on this area is called Joska. It is at Machakos County, but the area is near to Nairobi, which is our capital city.
Yes.
Then this place is near to the road. It's 500 meters from Kangondo Road.
Yes.
Then there are nearby schools. There is electricity availability. Water is available. Supermarket, shops. And the area is new developing.
All right.
Yes.
So
Even these roads. Yes.
they are being made. So this is quite a prime area as we talk about it right now.
Yes.
So most clients would be inclined to choose this area.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Joe Nyaga, for giving us your time, explaining to us the process of, breaking down, or rather breaking down the beginning of the construction of the house, and also coming to us to the mansionettes and showing us how the work is being done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Be blessed.
All right.
Okay.
Right. Well, viewers, we have come to the end of another exciting episode of The Realtor. Hope you have gained some information or some tidbits of how to go about your groundbreaking and, of course, putting up your mansionette. Thank you so much for watching. Give us your feedback through the details on our screen. We'll be glad to hear from you.
Ever dreamed of turning your own backyard into a vacation destination? The kind of place you want to retreat after a long day at work? Well, you can make that dream a reality with a home equity loan. Think big or think small. From a landscaping upgrade to a swimming pool installation and everything in between, you can remake your backyard into your vision of paradise. Think of the possibilities. The weather in Central Texas beckons us to take our inside activities and move them into the backyard. Outdoor kitchens, fire pits, pergolas, gazebos, awnings, hot tubs, and jacuzzis are options that can enhance your lifestyle. Man caves, she sheds, and granny pods. Another backyard trend is building a small, self-contained structure that can serve as a hobby house, creative retreat, or residence. This kind of versatility can make your home more saleable should you decide to move. Naturally, you'll want to check the local zoning codes before building. The best rates. Because you are using your home as collateral, you are unlikely to find a better interest rate than on a home equity loan.
We value your feedback. If you would like to send questions, comments, or suggestions for your favorite TV47 shows, call us on telephone number 0740-047-047 or email us at maoni@tv47.co.ke. You can also write to us on PO Box 2358/00621, Nairobi. You can